Welcome back to Jessica's Craft Time. My name is Jessica, and today I thought we'd give our go at the great engraving art set, which is on holographic paper. This is something that I got from Right Art, so I'll link the company below. And I thought we could just play around and see what it's all about. So let's get everything out. Tape off and see what comes in the kit. Kits are a really great way to do something different when you get everything you need. And then, you know, this is just your little scratching pen. You can buy more advanced ones that are a little bit easier to use or better quality. But I like to give it a go and see how much I enjoy it first before I start spending money on a different craft. So we've got some alligators, a dinosaur, and a shark. I think I might go with the dinosaur. But I'm going to put these back in a different way so that sticky doesn't get stuck to them. See, I've already got it stuck. Alright. So, I guess all we do, let's see if there's any instructions on it. Create your own beautiful foil artwork, 3 designs included. Before starting your engraving, place a piece of paper under your hand to prevent greasy marks appearing on the black surface of the picture. Start at the top of the artwork and work your way downwards. Scrape the lines that are pre-printed on the board with engraving tool provided. Experiment with different techniques. Create fine lines, texture, and striples using the point of the engraving tool. Create broader strokes using the side of the engraving tool. As you progress, brush away the excess ink that has been scraped off using a soft cloth. Okay, so we need a couple of other things. Let's see if I've got some paper here. Okay, we've got some scrap paper and a soft cloth. I can do that. Soft cloth and a piece of paper. So it says start at the top and work your way down. Is that all you do? Oh, I like the holographic that's coming out underneath. Not sure. Let's zoom in a little bit more and see if you can see the holographic a bit better. It's kind of cool. I think where I will struggle with is the finer bits. Making sure I leave sections. So you just keep scraping. I suppose with the holographic too, doesn't matter if you leave some of the white, because when you stand up and stand away from it, you're not going to actually see it. Trying to get those really fine bits is where I'm definitely going to struggle a little bit more. It's getting to know where the tip of the scraper is. Let's have a little bit of a closer look at that. Come on, focus. Really glittery under there. It's going to look very cool once it's done. Oops. So there's a little bit of, where's the camera gone? A little bit of a divot in there. So I'm using it with that pointing down. And just scraping as I go. So your aim is just to scrape away all those white bits on the, go away bub, all the white bits on the paper. So you're just left with the holographic and the black. So you do, I'm finding I am having to kind of just brush it away quite regularly, but that's going to look really cool. And I think I'm going to, because the holographic is that silver holographic, I think I'm going to have to make sure I work like I work in a section and don't try and jump, or else I reckon it's going to be very easy to miss sections. To miss sections of it as you go. Oops. But yeah, I think with the holographic, it doesn't matter if you miss a little bit of the white, because you're not going to overly see it. And remember, when you're hanging something up, you might stand back. You don't, when someone looks at something that you've made, they're not looking at it as closely as what you do when you are creating it. So especially in like your stitching, you might see that one line's slightly wonky, and that's really annoying you. But you've got to remember, people are not going to be standing that close and looking at every single stitch. You can only see it when you're creating it. They're just going to see your masterpiece at the end. They're not going to see that one stitch that was quite, quite a little bit off. Now, why is it doing that? Okay, you've got to be careful it doesn't scratch the black. That's really cool. Hopefully it'll... So what I might do from this point on, what I might do is do a little bit of a time lapse, and I'll be back with you soon. So a couple of things, let's see if it'll focus. A couple of things I've noticed. The scratching tool can be a little bit, what's the word? Can kind of feel like it's catching. If that makes sense. It's kind of catching as you go, but I mean, it was the tool in the kit. So if you were to do a bigger canvas or more of an adult, more of like an adult one, because I know you can get scratch art kits for adults. And if it's something that you would be, you know, a bit like coloring, if you're someone that colors, something that's going to be your stress relief that you're going to enjoy doing on a regular basis, I would possibly look into getting a better scratching tool. So you kind of just need to be a little bit careful how hard you're scratching with the one that's provided. In saying it, it's doing the job. Just it's not. Yeah, I would be looking at a different tool if this is something that I'd want to do a lot of. The other thing is I'm finding it a lot easier to blow the bit you've scratched off, blow it off rather than wipe it. It does blow off quite easy. If you were to do that, you'd have to make sure you had, you know, an area that I'm working on a desk that's got a back on it. So anything that I blow is just going to get trapped in front of me. And I just grabbed a baby wipe and ran over the desk to pick up all those bits that I'd blown off. You know, you could do that with a wet cloth. I think you'd need something wet to pick it up off your desk, but I'm definitely finding it easier than trying to wipe it, because as I was wiping it, I was getting slight smears on the side of my oops, I went the wrong way. Smears on the side of the black. So if you're able to work in a space that you can just kind of blow off all the bit that you've scratched, that's what I'm finding easier. Yet again, everyone is different. I might actually, this is really catching. I wonder if you could file it. Might be because I'm pressing too hard. The other thing is to do this for an extended period of time, unless you like something very fine. So you can kind of see the thickness there. Oops. Between a pen. It's actually thinner than a pen. So I'm finding that it's a little bit uncomfortable in my hand. I mean, this is designed for 8-year-olds plus. So, excuse me. An 8-year-old would have a smaller hand than what you would. But if I was to sit and do like a longer session on this, I'd probably go and find one of my squishies out of my diamond painting kits. You know how you get the squishies sometimes to put around your pens? You can also buy them. They use them for kids in primary school that are just learning to write, just so that the pen's a little bit thicker and softer on the hand. I would probably go and see if a squishy fits onto the tool, just because I am finding it fairly like my hand's going to get tired. And even though I do a fair bit of diamond painting, the main pen I use for diamond painting now is my big thick resin one from Enabler's Outpost. So I'm not used to using a very fine pen. And when I'm not using that, I've got a wooden one that I use, which is thicker than this. So that would be the comfort. So I will go and dig around in all my extra kits from my diamond paintings and see if I can find a squishy to put on this before I sit down and do another session. Actually, hang on. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it's gone all blurry. Let me go and see if I can find one. Okay, let's try it. Sorry, I should have showed you. So it's like a squishy, and it does fit on the pen. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit better. Definitely gives you just that little bit more to grip. Because it would be, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do much longer with it. Not having something on it, because yeah, it's even finer than a standard biro. So this is going to look awesome when it's complete. We might work on this during our whip and chat this week. Might be a good thing to work on. Something different. We'll see. Because if I can finish my I've got a mandala I'm doing. No, it's not a mandala. Similar. It's a mystery canvas. I thought I might do a kitting up video during this week's whip and chat. So anyway, that's scratch art with the holographic. Let's pull you out a little bit and see if you see. So that's really cool. I don't know if you can get the holographic enough on the camera. So I've got the rest of the dinosaur. It's not going to take too long. It'll take a little bit of time, but that's been about 25 minutes up there. So it'll probably take, well, 25, maybe about an hour and a half to do. So a nice little relaxing something you can do. But yep, all you need other than that is a piece of paper to keep your scratch art safe. The tool comes with it, but I would suggest getting a squishy and a cloth or a baby wipe. And I've obviously had something red on my desk, which I didn't know, and I just wiped over once I was finished, and that's picked up all the scratch art. I have no idea where the reds come from, but that's picked up all the black bits that you've scratched off. So if you can blow it off, I think that's a better idea than wiping it off. But I hope you all enjoyed that engraving art set. I'll put the link to the company below of where I got it from, and we might see this finished soon. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.